I'm sorry, but I'm not, I'm from Texas. I might be slow, but you're trying to give advice, but you just said you're an addict. Why would
I
anyone
am an
want to
addict. I
why
am an
would
addict. I'm in
what
recovery, but I'm an
why
addict.
why would anyone want to believe you, ma'am? You're a fucking addict.
How
What?
fucking
What?
rude. How fucking disgusting do you have to be? Morgan fucking Matthews, are you serious right now? Like that, I was at my tipping point. I was already fucking irritated with you from the other spaces, but that's disgusting.
He
And
knows that
that's the
now.
hard truth, and it's the most
But when
frustrating
I was
thing in the
listening
world
to that
is when
podcast,
you're trying to
well, okay,
protect
so
it.
this is my problem. So I am having an issue with you guys saying I'm an enabler, and then you guys, I'm not saying you guys, I've seen other women in this chat that will be friends with the person that was giving Aaron like straight up drugs. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, okay, but you guys are getting mad at me when I'm a single mother and I lost Aaron, and I'm the one who's like calling people trying to help him get away from all these bad
Who?
people.
What do you mean by being friends?
Well,
Because I
just
can tell you right now, anyone that I've spoken to, I am not friends with except for one person.
I don't think there's anybody in this chat actually that is friend.
Now, there's people that like Rico's done interviews with
Yeah.
people. I've done interviews with people, but that doesn't mean that
That
like
Jay
outside
Reeves
of
guy
spaces,
was dealing Aaron drugs.
I'm
And I know I have no proof of that. I mean, I kind of do, but not really. And I tried to put a stop to it and I was freaking out. And it's just, there's nothing I can really do about that. But I saw you
yeah.
guys. So if you guys were so concerned about his sobriety, then why are you
He
talking?
won't talk to us. But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Melanie. When he won't talk to us, he won't come on a platform like you are right now,
Yeah.
where we can
Well, he
get
just wants
answer questions
followers.
or
I
ask him
I
questions.
saw something about
And
him wanting
yeah, we know that.
followers or something like that, and I just don't pay attention to that because Aaron, if he was in his, right mind, he would not be associated with people like that. Like, no.
Melanie,
Completely agree.
I think the issue isn't that you were an enabler and other people weren't. I think it's just because you and like Check for say, or even Morgan, you guys would go kind of hard on the people who would comment and say Aaron needs help, or
Because
comment on his
because
addiction,
Aaron
and you
was,
guys would
I'm sorry, I cut you
cover
off.
for Aaron. No, you're good. I was just saying you guys, would cover for Aaron,
We
so I
weren't
feel like that's why
covering for
people.
Aaron because we did everything privately because he was a celebrity, and it's like we didn't want to draw more attention to him acting out. We did it behind closed doors. We did it to
Yeah.
protect him because also Aaron was a rebel, so the more you tell him he's doing this, this, and this, and this, he was going to actually do it. That's how he was. And I figured that out towards the end, that that's how his mind was working. So, unfortunately.
Believe me, every avenue was gone down that we could have gone down. Melanie did everything she could.
And his friend, I'm not trying to blame his friends, but I kind of am because it's like Aaron was the type where if he was in a good environment with his girls and like his friends, he would be semi straight. It was hard keeping him sober at times, but we did it. We tried. And a lot of his friends like ruined that. He was in a custody battle, like, it just blows my mind that they were okay with that. It's really hard to think about it. And like, I have proof, so I don't understand why you guys don't believe me and you guys sit there and you're like, oh, she's just making this up. Like, no, I'm not.
It's not that people don't believe you. It's just that we have in our minds, I guess you would say, assuming that Aaron was doing drugs before Louis came back in the picture. So for all of the blame to kind of be focused on him, when there have been plenty of people coming in and out of his life since 2019 that enabled, got him drugs, did drugs with him.
I would have to say though that from the tour and on, that's when it got really bad. And I'm just and I told Aaron, I said, this is not okay what you're doing, and we had a talk just like Marie had a talk with him too. Did you not, Marie? Are you still there? I'm sorry. Oh,
She's
you
Yeah.
here.
are? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
You had talks
No.
with him, like we would he would be in a good state, but then a lot of times his friends would.
Yeah.
Melanie, can I ask you a tough question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Not like a super tough
Okay.
question. It's not personal, but just it's like woman to woman, person who went through the same shit that you're going through
Okay.
now. Okay. My question to you is, have you accepted currently that Aaron was an addiction, like had an addiction, and he passed away from that addiction? Has that set into you yet in your gut and your feeling as we get closer to the toxicology report?
Well, we'll know with the toxicology as soon as I know the toxicology. I'm just going to wait on that for now.
Marie, we got a question for you asking if you had sent Aaron wine.
Yep, I did.
I have another question for you, Melanie. If you could understand anything from another person going through it, what would you want to know as far as the struggles with addiction and anything else? Like, is there any advice that you kind of want to know to help you get through this? That maybe some of us have been through this already can help you.
Well, I would have to say,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I mean, there's so much that you can talk about addiction. I don't know where to even start. So, like, what
What is the one thing that you're kind of struggling with now? Is it like in your grieving process?
Everything. She's struggling with everything. Like, she's a single mother.
Yeah, Tiffany.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Melanie, because I'm an addict and I'm a single mom, and having my kid did not make me get sober. It didn't, because my addiction always came first. So it wasn't that I didn't love my kid. It's just that I couldn't see past my addiction. I don't know if that helps you at all
Well, what
to,
when
to
you just
understand his mindset.
I'm sorry, but I'm from Texas. I might be slow, but you're trying to give advice, but you just said you're an addict. Why would
I
anyone
am
want
an
to?
addict. I
Why
am an
would
addict. I'm in
why
recovery, but I'm an
why
addict.
why would anyone want to believe you, ma'am? You're a fucking addict.
How fucking
What?
rude. How fucking disgusting do you have to be? Morgan fucking Matthews, are you serious right now? Like that, I was at my tipping point. I was already fucking irritated with you from the other spaces, but that's disgusting. Like completely and utterly disgusting. The fact that you could sit up here for multiple hours defending your addict friend for everything wrong that he's done just to say, why would somebody listen to an addict? She's a fucking addict. She's a recovering addict. Okay? She's not doing drugs still. You're disgusting for that. And that truly shows your character. By God.
I
just
I didn't have the option to speak because you muted me.
Yes, the fuck I did. Cause with that statement, you don't need to talk. What type
Because
of shit is that?
you love to have power, right?
It's not about power. You sat there and said, I'm an addict. Nobody should listen to me. I haven't used drugs or alcohol in almost 16 years.
I never asked
I'm in
any of that. I
recovery.
never
No,
asked
you
for
made a
So Morgan, why the fuck are you
you
here?
didn't ask. You made a comment
no.
about it. You made a
Morgan,
comment about
why
it.
are you here?
I have worked
I'm
my
very
ass off to
look.
be sober.
Wait, Rico and ma'am, I'm very proud that you
I
are
don't care. Morgan, why are
recovering.
you here?
I'm saying that I'm very proud that she's
Okay, and now I'm
recovering.
telling you, I don't give a flying fuck. Why are you here? Because I'm done with you by this point. So what are
Okay.
you here for? What do
Okay.
you want?
I'll mute myself then.
Don't mute yourself because I'm asking you a fucking question.
So
Answer my question. Why are you
okay,
here?
you're the man that you wish you could
Why?
be.
I
Okay.
got a bigger
Morgan.
dick than you, and I know it upsets
Wow.
you. I promise you, I know it does, Morgan, and that's okay. But again, why are you here?
No, you don't. Okay.
Okay,
I
Were
even
Morgan.
take
So
offense,
why are
Morgan,
you
to what you
here?
said. That is what you said was so completely disrespectful. And the reason that Mel should hear maybe me or Tiff or anyone else in this entire spaces is because we've been there. I, for one, have been in Mel's shoes. I was in her shoes in 2010, and I was in her shoes in 2012 when I found out my fiance passed away and his own mother found him. I was in her shoes. I get what she's going through. I get what her pain is feeling. Do I have a child? No. I lost my son in 2016 when I was 4 months pregnant. We get it. I have 5 years sobriety under my belt come November. So fuck you for your stupid comment to Tiffany, and fuck you again for being disrespectful to a woman who's trying to help Melanie in any possible way that she can. Because some people out here in the real world understand what Melanie's going through. And if we can offer any advice to her to help her get through her grieving process, absolutely, I will extend an olive branch and extend my hand and say, Melanie, I will happily get on IG with you and do a FaceTime call or whatever, just so you can hear my story. And maybe my story may give you a little bit more comfort to know that you're going to get through this and you will be okay at the end with your son. And all of us here are cheering you on. So Morgan, for you to even say that, to be so disrespectful about someone's sobriety, shame on you.
I agree with you.
Okay, so again, why are you here, Morgan?
The same reason everyone is. Everyone's here to talk about Aaron. That's really
So
the
what would you
reality.
like to talk about Aaron? What topics would you like us to talk
I
about?
look. I could go to level 12, but I'm not with you. I'm gonna stay here and be more mature.
You're not
You
answering my question,
you've
Morgan.
pushed me
So
so
why are
hard
you
since
here?
I fucking saw you on YouTube and you lied on me about dipping into publishing. I could go to level 12, but I'm not with you.
You could go to level 12. Okay, Morgan.
I gave you
So
my phone
why are you
number.
here?
I gave you my phone number. If you want to talk to me one on one, you can. I could give a fuck about
I
anyone else
don't
in
want
here.
to talk to you one on
No,
one.
yes you do. Yes you
No,
do.
I don't, you fucking loser.
No.
Morgan, why are you here?
The
What is
same.
it that
I
we
said
can
the same.
offer you? What is it that you want? Why did you
You do,
ask Cassandra to make the spaces in the first place? Why did you say you wanted Melanie up here? What is it that
you
you need to say?
you don't have any power over any man. I'll make
Who
sure
the
that.
fuck said anything about power? You psychotic fucking loser. Like, this is what I'm
I
saying.
know you're. I
You're
know
not
you're
talking
triggered.
about
I know
anything.
you're triggered. But there's a church around the corner for you. Okay.
See, your jokes aren't even funny, nor do they make
They're
sense.
not joke.
Like,
They're
grow
not
the
jokes.
fuck up. Go
They're not
watch an
jokes.
episode of Family Guy or Rick and Morty.
They're
Get
not
your
jokes.
head out of Aaron's ass.
They're
Stop
not jokes.
sulking over the money that you didn't make from that tour and move the fuck on. If you're not going to answer my question, you can leave, because I don't give a flying fuck about you, Morgan.
God,
Nobody has been talking about you. You've reinserted yourself into the shit.
God
So the
still,
fuck do you want?
God still loves you, even though you're angry inside.
Okay, so again, what do you want?
My whole point, Melanie, was because there were a lot of things that is said online that having a baby should have made him sober. And I know how frustrating that is because I know how frustrating it was for me not getting sober for my kid. And I just wanted to say that I just couldn't. That's all.
That
It,
is so
I,
brave of you to say. That is so freaking cool that you just said that.
I just wanted it known. I don't know if that's going to make you feel any better. I don't know if that's going to make anybody feel any better, but it's the truth. It's the truth. I don't lie about it. I did not stop when I had my kid. I stopped during my pregnancy, but I did not stop after she was born. I was a functional addict. And when
I
my
guess
kid
I
wasn't
have kind
around,
of a
I was far from
stupid
functional.
I guess I have kind of a stupid question for Melanie, but like this is stuff that keeps me up at night. I like and I know that no one's gonna be like, oh yeah, I ransacked the house, but like I hope that somebody did get like Aaron's grandmother's pin and like the painting that Jane had done of his father when they had like first married and stuff like that. And like, and I know you can't maybe admit to having anything or know where it goes, but like, can you at least confirm that like some stuff went to a good home? And like the Billboard Choice Award, the surfboard.
Melanie, I don't know if you have your headphones in or something, but you're kind of like either far away or like going in and out. We can't really hear
Yeah, it's
you.
like muffled, so we can't hear you.
Now?
Yeah, you're kind of low. I don't know if you need
Yeah,
to
you're
turn it
low, but we can
like
hear you.
towards your mouth or something, but we could hear you.
Well, I mean, everything is, the house is getting, unfortunately, it's hard for me to speak on a house that I had my son in, it's hard. Like, everything got ripped away from me. Like, everything in one day, just my whole life is just completely, and all under the public eye, and it's hard. Like, everything is just, I had to basically start all over. So, that answers your question.
Yeah,
But
I know what
Joker
that's
and
like. I've had to walk away from everything before too, and like you take your child and you're like, my God, I don't even have all their baby blankets and stuff. It's horrifying. That's so hard, and I'm like so sorry that you had to go through that. And I just hope that like as an Aaron fan, I hope that like some of the nostalgia stuff has been like well preserved and ends up somewhere where like Prince can admire it one day.
It has.
Joker?
Hey guys, sorry. I literally have a show tonight, and I just stormed the fuck out of there because I was so pissed with what I heard. Um, but since that's kind of ended, and I don't know that Melanie's here, I think what Tiffany said was so fucking important. Part of my language. I think it's so important, and I honestly think I've been very in a gentle kind of way trying to explain how addiction works and the thought process behind it, and I really really think. Um, I know. Said this over and over again, but I really, Melanie, if I could encourage you to do anything, please seek out an Al-Anon meeting. I will find them for you. You don't even have to do the work. If you could just send me like a one-word yes, and I will send you whatever information you need in your area. I don't care, but you can learn a lot from people who have been there. I promise you, you can. It does get better. I promise you. So I've got to get back into my show. But love you guys all. Have a good night. I'll talk to y'all later.
thanks, Joker. Have fun. Be safe. Krista?
Thank you, Joker.
Thanks, sugar. Hi, guys. Sorry, I'm super sick. Um, Melanie, I just want to let you know I 100,000% have been where you've been. We lost my son's father to his addiction, and I was a single mom for a long time until I met my husband, and now we are raising him. But it is very, very hard and very difficult, and I applaud you, especially going under the microscope that you are in the public eye. Um, and Tiffany, I'm really sorry about how Morgan acted. I was like going to scream at my phone for you.
It's
Um,
okay. Thank you.
and somebody was asking, kind of off topic, Angel. There's my link in my bio has the information to my meeting that I usually am in right now, but because I don't really have a voice, I'm not running it right now. So Melanie, you're more than welcome to jump in on that meeting too. It's open, so anybody with addictions, who has family with addictions, whatever, everybody's able to join. But yeah, if you ever need a friend who knows, or not a friend, but somebody who knows what you're going through, please do feel free to reach out to me, because my son was not even 2 years old when we lost his dad. So he was really young when I went through what you're going through. So, been there, and I know how you feel.
Thank you for sharing that, Krista. Melanie, how are you today? How are you feeling?
I mean, it's like different emotions all day. Like when I want it. All
Oh, hold on. You're going in and out again.
really. I just commented and I said that I have different emotions every day.
That's understandable. I get that. Well, I'm glad that the process is slow and steady, but I'm glad that you are making progress and moving forward.
Melanie, I want you to know that I know me, Ashley, and Tiffany have been working very hard to get your name out of Crystal Ann's mouth. So I just want to tell you, I'm so sorry that you're tagged in all of her posts every day. I can't even imagine how annoying that is. But we are working on getting her to not do that anymore. So I just want to tell you that too. And hopefully you have her blocked.
I mean, I just don't really hate on anyone. I don't honestly really know what's going on with that whole situation because there's a lot of writing. So
You know how they make a commercial and it's like the lady looking at like men and her son, and it's a bounty commercial, and like she's like, no, I'm gonna swipe left. Just do that. Just swipe. Just keep swiping.
There's nothing going on. For whatever reason, Crystal is obsessed with you and obsessed with the Carters in general. It's an obsession. I don't know why, but it is.
Melanie, are you able to speak on why you and Chuck are no longer friends, or are you not really touching on that?
I mean, I'm still cool with him, but like I also have a lot, like I honestly was thinking about it the other day and I'm like, I don't know if music was a good thing for Aaron necessarily, even though he was so talented. Like I just wish that he focused more on himself and not other people, but like he was getting older and he told me, he's like, I don't need all these people, and it's just, I kind of wish it was just me and him, and I was trying to start a life because that's what he wanted us to be in a domestic relationship. And I feel like a lot of people, deterred us from being a family. And I'm not only blaming these people, but they really did have a lot of I would say
Influence?
there you go. And I'm not sure why Aaron would just go back and forth all the time. It's just really confusing for me. It's hard.
Yeah, Tiff.
Because I know this is hard to hear, but he wanted what he did. He wanted a family. He wanted to be with you wholeheartedly. He wanted that.
Well,
But he wanted his addiction also. And he couldn't find a way to do both. And anything that was going to pull him into that direction until he was ready to admit that he had a problem. And I'm not talking about the stuff that he did at the end, just his Xanax alone. He had a huge problem with. And he's been doing that for over 20 years.
a lot of times
And sorry, go ahead.
before I forget, because sometimes I'm gonna forget. But he would, everything would be great with us, and then boom, problems, and then bring this person here so that they can kick Melanie out, and it's trauma. People should have not been involved. Like shame on them for doing that. Like, and they were taking advantage of him. A lot of people were, and I'm gonna speak on that because it's the truth. Like us girls were talking about the other day, and we're like, we need to expose these people, because it wasn't all Aaron. A lot he suffered mental health issues. People took advantage of it.
Yeah, I back that up 100%, what Melanie's saying. And Tiffany,
100%.
I'm sorry for what Morgan said to you. I'm really
No,
sorry.
it's okay. It's not on anybody but him, and it's fine. If
Well,
somebody thinks I haven't heard that before,
I just felt compelled to tell you I'm sorry.
thank you. It's okay. I was honestly just trying to give a perspective of
I
somebody who
know.
had a child, because unless you're an addict who had a child, sometimes you don't get it. And I get that you don't get it. Like, I
Right.
wanted to be sober for my kid. I did. I really wanted to, but I
Right.
couldn't. I just wasn't there.
Yeah.
I just wasn't there. As much as I wanted it, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. So
Yeah, I
it's it's
understand.
it's easier to sometimes process it when you hear it from somebody else who's been there and done that.
Yeah.
And you know, that's all. I was just trying to
Yeah,
get that out.
absolutely. I'm so sorry.
And the
But
unfortunate thing is, some people just can't. Like, we got a couple good months out of my son's father after my son was born, and then it was immediately right back to whatever he was doing, and it sucks. Like, I applaud you for having those 16 years now. And I mean, I have almost 7 myself, so it's
Good for
like,
you.
thank you. My son has never seen me high. He's never seen me drunk. But, that's the life that I want to live. The unfortunate thing is, his biological father did not have the opportunity. He just couldn't do it.
I
yeah.
have a very good friend that's an addict, and I literally have him arrested every time he gets out. Every time he gets out, he buys, he starts breaking into cars, and I put him right back in Rikers. I do it all the time. He's supposed to get out in a couple of weeks. He'll go right back if he starts using again. I do
Mm.
it constantly because I'd rather him be in jail than be out here and die. And if I have to put him in jail, then that's what I'm going to do. And he knows that I do it. He gets out, he calls me, he thanks me, and then he goes right back to his shit, and I put him right back in. But,
Is there any
I,
more? Go ahead, Tiffany. I'm sorry.
no, that's okay. I'm done. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Allison, did you have a question?
Hi, Melanie.
Mel, are you there?
Am I not on?
Allison, do you have a question for Mel?
Yeah, sometimes I think Crystal Ann is in love with Aaron Carter. That's what I think.
Allison, are you Cody?
Huh?
No, that's not Cody.
No,
Oh,
that's not Cody. Did you have another question, Allison?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
When are we going? When are we going to get like more Aaron Carter songs? Like the songs that haven't been released yet.
Melanie, do
We're
you
not
plan
sure.
on
We're not
working
sure.
on any of that? Okay.
Melanie's working on that. She can't answer that right now.
Allison, unfortunately, honey, they can't answer that question. So you're just gonna have to be patient, and maybe in the future, Melanie will post something on her Instagram about it.
Yeah, thank you for the question though.
so Melanie and Marie,
Yeah.
2 questions. Morgan seems to think that Aaron was never signed to Sony. So what is your knowledge of that? And then my second question is that Morgan also stated that Melanie has some lawyers and people working to get the Blacklisted album back out. Can you guys talk anything about that?
So he was in fact signed with Sony. That's a fact. And as far as Blacklisted goes, that's probably not going to happen, but it could. We don't know. That's all up for the probate court to decide.
Thank you for your logical honesty, Marie. You don't understand after the night I've had how important and gracious that is for me. Thank you.
Sure.
Will Recovery ever be released? Because that's my favorite song, to be honest.
Yes, it will.
Good. That made me happy. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Melanie, can I ask you about your tweets that you posted recently? Are you okay with talking about those?
How some things I know, like, oh, why
Are you in your parking
Melanie, you
garage?
were skipping really, really bad.
She's
I
probably
did
in her
not hear a
parking
single
garage.
word.
She's probably in her parking garage, but I'm here.
know? I'm right here. What's going on with the phone?
You are breaking
like
up
breaking up.
terribly.
Yeah.
It's like every other
You're
word we
choppy.
hear.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yes.
Did you give an okay about that question?
I can answer some questions.
Okay. I'm just kind of wondering, I saw your tweets in regards to Lena and her artwork and the things that she does do. Um, what exactly is your issue with her now? Are you still there?
That
You're breaking up again.
okay. Am I good?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I got upset because I saw something about the artwork thing.
She's saying that she was upset about the artwork thing that she saw about Aaron was sued several years ago for
The double-headed lions.
yes. And that's what she's referring to.
Got a eye for it.
I think if you're connected to Bluetooth, Melanie, we can't hear you. Or if you're on speakerphone, that might be the issue. I'm sorry.
Do I not talk? It's Twitter.
You're like in and out.
Is it good? What about now?
That's
Yeah,
better.
right now you're good. So just stay in that spot.
I that because I basically had to pay for that bill of the lawyer for Aaron getting sued or whatever to help out because I remember we got back together and 2 days after we got back together, there was like the lawyer papers sitting on the counter and I'm like, what is this? And he goes, oh yeah, I got sued. And I'm like, what? And it's I read over the paperwork. A few days later, I saw Tina tweeted the person was like so happy for you, something like that. And I'm like, really, Lena? Like how like if you're wanting Aaron to be sober and you want him to do better, like why would you want him to be more debt and just cause more problems? Because the more problems an addict has, like the deeper they go into their it was a constant battle. There was something happening with us, and I always had to deal with it. Like I was always there to pick pieces during my life. I was trying to help save Aaron, help save all these problems in our life.
I caught most of that, Melanie, and my
Sorry.
no, you're fine. She's fine. I caught most of that because I can hear the frustration coming back into the relationship and then finding obviously this lawsuit out. Um,
Yeah.
but I saw the comments that you were when you were replying to other people in regards to the Selena situation. And I think there's two separate things because one, she has her business, and I'm sure she has collaboration with Louis Vuitton and all the other companies that she may be working with. But in regards to Aaron and those double lions, he did utilize that work and claim it as his own. And it wasn't until a couple of tweets later where he said, yeah, a friend sent it to him, but he still utilized someone else's artwork and also was wanting to put this on merchandise. So do you kind of see the parallel difference between the Lena situation and what she does as a profession and what Aaron did?
On he only put love on his.
No. Yeah, no, I don't see that.
Oh, I think Aaron's like I think a fan sent him a lion and he saved it in his camera roll.
They did.
Like because he was comparing his brother.
He posted it on his Twitter. He
He
Okay,
put it
so
posted
as
it
his
on Twitter as
background.
like it was supposed to be like it, so I was on the phone with Aaron when he saw that, and the whole point of it was that he saw like two lions, and to him he saw like him and his brother, like it was supposed to like be like some meaningful thing. So he retweeted it. He never put it on merchandise. He never tried to like make a hoodie out of it or anything like that. Yes, there was like a link to his hoodies that just said love, but it wasn't for that reason. And at the end of the day, this guy made out just fine. He got his money and Aaron paid for it. So it doesn't really matter.
well, I think the only reason she was bringing it up is because when Melanie was kind of venting about the Lena situation, I could see how on the surface the two look similar, but when Aaron uses like a copyrighted photo and promotes his clothing brand,
Yeah,
as
but he
well
wasn't
as
seeing it like that. Like, I mean, I know what you're saying. Like, I get what you're saying, and and obviously, so did the judge. But like,
I Aaron,
he wasn't meaning to do it in that regard
So why didn't Aaron show up to court to try to fight it, Marie?
because we had a lawyer that did it for him.
yeah, I don't think him going to court would have changed anything. I just think his antagonizing of the artist and like his replies kind of
Yeah, he shouldn't have
made him
done
look
that.
worse.
He should not
Um,
have done that.
but
Absolutely, 100%. He should not have said. He said something. I don't remember exactly what he said back to the guy, but it was something that pissed him off, and it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't something he should have done.
oh,
And he paid for it
Yeah,
tenfold.
the artist said, he said, if you're going to use it, just give me credit. And he
Yeah,
like cursed him out or something at the
yeah,
time. That's what happened.
yeah.
And
Allison,
It was poorly
that's why
handled.
he did the lawsuit, if I remember correctly.
It was poorly handled by Aaron. Yes.
yeah, well, a lot of people sent Aaron like pictures of lions and that stuff. Like I would see fans because that was, his thing, like lions. So I think it was right before he met me and he tweeted the lion and like people send him lions all the time. He didn't think it was an artwork from like
The artist reached out to him and tweeted
Yeah,
to him
he
though.
knew. He knew. He
He
knew it was
knew. The
bad.
artist reached out, said, it's mine. If you're going to use it,
He acted like an
repost it.
asshole.
Just give me credit.
Yeah.
And he wasn't very polite back, and that was the
Yeah.
end result. But
It,
I know
he
he got a lot of lions.
he asked
It
for
just
it.
wasn't handled right.
Aaron went toe to toe with the guy, and it was not the right move, and it is what it is.
Allison.
Um, what about that one song that Aaron Carter did with the one girl that he used to date, but the song was never released?
I'm not sure who you're
The
speaking
song
to,
the
Allison.
song was called "Call Me an Angel."
oh, that
Melanie, do you know the song?
I don't.
Marie? I'm sorry, Allison. We don't have an answer for you, unfortunately.
Sorry.
Do you have another question, Allison?
Cause I guess that song was supposed to be released, but it wasn't.
Unfortunately, we have no information on that song.
All right. Does anybody have any other important or dire questions that they need to ask Melanie or Marie?
I just have one more. Melanie, do you think you can make peace with Lena and just call like a truce on here and hopefully you guys can both kind of,
probably won't-
grieve your own way? Do you think that's possible?
I just don't need to say anything, period. Just keep-
I agree. Thank you for coming on, both of you, Marie and Melanie.
For having us.
I just wanted to say, Melanie, I know it's hard, but it does get easier. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it does. And I pray for both of you every day.
Thank you.
All fucking righty, you guys. If this wasn't eventful enough, Melanie, real quick, and Marie, before you guys go, I don't know if you guys are gonna stay and listen or just head out, but what was the like point or the reason Morgan kind of sent you guys the spaces or told you guys to come up here, if he did?
How do you know it was Morgan?
Well, he told me specifically for you, and then also you don't
I'm
have
just kidding. He just said that you guys were talking, and we have some some things that we're working on behind the scenes. So we've been talking, and he just I tried to call him, and he said he was busy. So
Oh, okay.
here we are.
And Mel?
He, if I wanted to go on, he said maybe.
She needs new Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
We're gonna get her new Wi-Fi like tomorrow.
I think so.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Man, I remember those days. Is that Melanie? You got dial up in there or something? Because
I don't know. I
Jesus,
guess so.
I miss my dial-up.
The good
bite
old
your
days.
tongue.
I'm 91. I remember dial-up. Leave me alone.
I
I'm
did
sure you
too.
remember AOL too.
Yep.
I do remember AOL. I do, and my big box computer. I also remember my cell phone that weighed about 15 pounds and had a base that you had to charge it on. You didn't
I
plug it
can't
in.
with
There was an
you.
actual base. Just saying.
So
Rico, mute her.
Melanie and Marie, would you guys like to end this random ass Q&A with maybe like your favorite memory of Aaron, or your favorite song, or just something nice you guys would like to say to kind of leave us on a high note?
I'm waiting for Melanie.
Her service, probably.
I didn't know if you wanted to talk first. You can talk first, I guess. You can.
I don't know. It's hard. We're still grieving. So it's my favorite memory of Aaron. I don't have a single memory. I just miss talking to him. Honestly, what we're doing right now, just like going back and forth, just shooting the shit and just talking. I miss that. I wish I could call him up right now and do this. That's where I'm at. And I will be forever grateful for the times that we had. And I hope you all know that he was a good person, and he loved everybody, and he wanted everybody to love him.
Well, that's without a shadow
So
of doubt. I would like to add this as a good friend as well. And to all the black people over here, I'm going to give you all some
Hold
fried
on,
chicken.
sorry.
Fried
Hey,
chicken.
Nicholas, you just came in and interrupted somebody and just started
I'm
talking. We
going to
don't
give
know
you
who
all
you
some
are
fried
or
chicken.
where you
All the
came
black
from.
people some fried
So
chicken.
please wait
Kick,
for a second and
kick,
then let
Rico.
Marie
It's a
finish.
bot. It's a bot. Kick.
Go ahead, Marie.
I just want everybody to know that he loved everybody, and he wanted everybody to love each other. So just give everyone grace, and I am very grateful for you guys having me on here. And I just hope that we can figure everything out very soon. I think that we're getting really close. So that's all I have.
Yeah. I mean, as far as me, like my favorite memory, I don't have just one, obviously, too. But I just wish you guys could have seen him like offline. Like that's one thing I really do wish you guys could have seen.
Me too. Everybody, like, he was so funny. He was like the funniest, most genuine person.
Really was. And I mean towards the end I didn't even like to go online because I didn't want to read the comments and have him be triggered by our old fights, or there was people trying to start drama, and it's like I enjoyed doing that, like, and taking advantage of such a bad situation already. Like we were already struggling, and it's just that wasn't him. I barely got to be with him towards the end because I was with Prince most of the time. But when I would come to the house, it was always him online and dealing. It just sucks. And the whole like me getting upset at Louis, like I have every right to be upset with him. Like he ruined a lot of like I wish I could have had those good memories with Aaron, but instead I remember a lot of bad ones in the last year because of Louis. But that's
Do you harbor those same anger towards the LMG that were really harsh to you as well, Mel?
anger to, oh, well, there was a lot of girls that would, as soon as they saw Aaron kind of like, I would say, get more on the manic side, I'm just going to use that term, they would like send him DMs like, get Mel out, she's not good for you. And I would just have to sit there, and then when he would get upset for a couple weeks, and then I would come back to the house, and then I have to see all that. And it's like, okay, so Aaron's going to show me all the bad and then not even talk about, like, he'll act like none of that happened. Like, there was a lot of girls that were thirsty, and like him and all that. I wasn't cheating on him, you know? And there was a lot of thirsty girls taking advantage of him, trying to gain whatever they wanted out of Aaron.
So those individuals that you've come to know in this big community on IG, whether it be IG or Twitter or TikTok, whatever platform, have those ladies that you befriend who were part of LMG, have they apologized to you for their a lot of the criticism, a lot of the stuff that they posted, a lot of the stuff that they put in that chat that you witnessed? Have these ladies like apologized to you for what they've said? Since now they're still continuing to obviously buy merch and befriend you. I just want to like make sure like they've apologized and stepped up to the plate and took accountability for their actions.
I was like the one who was, the bad person in the relationship. I'm trying to say we weren't perfect. I didn't know how to handle Aaron all the time. I feel like I did it sometimes, but sometimes my real emotions would come out and I'd be like, I'm not going to, deal with this anymore. And I would put my foot down. But as soon as I did that, there would be problems. And then the girls would be like, oh, let's do this to Melanie. Like, there was a couple of girls that really did create a lot of problems. A lot, you know?
Have any of them apologized to you though?
But like they're going to apologize.
But that's my question, because a lot of the women that are befriending you and still purchasing merchandise and writing comments on your when you post pictures of you and Aaron or you and Prince or whatever the case may be on IG, those are the same individuals that were flat out nasty to you. So that's why I'm asking, like, this chat that you may have, and everything, that with these individuals that are still saying that they're your friend and they speak to you every day, those are the same individuals that were nasty. That's why I'm wondering, like, have they stepped up to the plate and said, Melanie, I apologize for calling you names, calling you a man, calling you all these nasty, shitty fucking things that LMG said. I apologize on behalf of that. Has anyone done that to you that has befriended you and is still purchasing merchandise?
I don't know who you're referring to. I don't think they're still, I don't think.
None of them are going to apologize, Angel. They're
I
just
didn't
not.
think so. And that's really crappy. I just want to say that, Melanie. That's really crappy because I'm going to say, for one, I have never spoken negative to you in regards to your appearance, your looks, or any of that. And those comments that were said in that chat on Aaron's live was absolutely disgusting. And it really bothers me as a woman speaking to another woman, to see the. I don't want to break up your support group. That's why I'm not mentioning names. However, those individuals that did that to you, to be your friend and have the audacity to purchase merchandise and ask you to send them merchandise, is really nasty and gross. And that to me is a slap in the face, because you as a woman deserved a lot more respect than you got. And that is what I want to say to you about that. So to me, like, you deserve an apology from all of those LNG people out there that are claiming to support you, but yet don't have the balls to stand up and say, Melanie, I am sorry.
100%.
I one with Aaron, like, they didn't know all the stuff I was doing to help with him. I wasn't
exactly my point, Melanie.
Mel, it doesn't matter if they knew or not. You were his fiance, you were his partner, you were the mother of his child, you were pregnant with his child, and respect should have been given from the day one simply for that fact. Period.
Melanie
That's
is
how I feel.
she's easily taken advantage of because she is a good person.
Oh, I
And
agree with that.
she's not confrontational. So when you ask her anything that could be possibly confrontational, she doesn't know how to respond because that's like so far out of her reach. Like she's just a non-confrontational
Can I
person.
say something?
Sure.
We're gonna let Evil Saint go first, and then you can ask your question.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I've just come in literally at the end of this. I said to Rico, like I've been fast asleep in the UK. So apologies if there's stuff that's been mentioned. Melanie, I just have one bit of advice for you. I lost my mother really young, like I was only a few years old. And when she died, a part of my dad died with her. I am seeing similar things happening with you in your grief. And I would implore you to try and accept everything that happened with Erin. I see a lot of hurt in you, a lot of sadness in you, what feels like rewriting of history, maybe to try and cope with his death. You have a beautiful son that needs you now more than ever. Like he won't know Erin, and it absolutely breaks my heart that he won't know Erin. I at least have some memories of my mother, but I also remember the sadness in my dad that never really truly went away. So that's really all I want to say is try and come to terms with what has happened, how it's happened, as best as possible. Not just for your own mind, not for your own peace, but especially for your beautiful son.
Melanie?
Thank you for that, Miss Morgan.
Thank you. Yeah, that was very nice.
Hi, Melanie. I just want to say it was so obvious how much you loved Aaron and how much he loved you. You were so lucky to have had that. Just keep being you and raise your beautiful boy. I love watching the videos of you too. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you for that as well. I appreciate the kind words to them.
And I just want to say, because I got to get off of this, that the best thing you could do for you and Prince is honor Aaron's memory. Don't think about any of the negative moments.
Don't bring up the negative.
Don't bring up the negative moments. Oh, that was a weird echo. Just keep the positive and tell Prince all the funny moments that you had and honor him as if he was here and sober,
Yeah.
right? Like be who he wanted to be who he wanted to be and couldn't be. And that's the best thing you could do for him, for his memory and for
Okay.
Prince. That's how I deal with people that have passed. I live for them as if they were still here. And it helps me get through every day.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Fuck all the haters.
100%. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you. You too.
Night, Tiffany.
You
Me
guys, I am
too.
as drained as all holy hell. I appreciate everybody that came on. I appreciate Melanie and Marie being open enough to come and speak to us. I'm sorry I had to kick Morgan midway through, but he was pissing me off. Yeah, I keep asking if anybody has any last questions just because I'm about to get ready to vent, and it's no longer going to be a Q&A, and we're going to just discuss.
Go for it, Rico.
Okay, great. Love that. Cassandra's not on here anymore. Um, fuck. Yes, it is Evil Saint Thea. Yes, it is. Um, so I got a message asking me to come on a spaces because Morgan had some information he wanted to tell us or that we should know about the Blacklisted album. Does anybody feel like they left the first spaces getting any new information or leaving with anything useful or helpful? You can put a
No,
thumbs up
because
or a thumbs down. Yeah.
Melanie just said, and Marie just said that the Black Album more than likely is not coming out, and that's the end of it. So I honestly believe them too and what they said about the Black Album over anything I heard in the last one.
Everybody else, I see Tiny, Carissa, Mo. I need you guys to put a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you got any new or useful information out of that spaces.
That speaks volumes.
Absolutely. My second issue is that he was supposedly supposed to come on the spaces and tell us that or show us proof that he did not release the album. They said that Aaron pre-saved the date before he passed and
Mm-hmm.
that the album came out, but then as we all heard, 3D Friend says that they released it and they moved it up to the quote quote insignificant date of Aaron's birthday.
Actually, I want to ask Marie on that. Marie, what was your take on them releasing the album 2 days after we got the confirmation that Aaron passed away?
I think it was disgusting.
So, from your knowledge, since you spoke to Aaron pretty much every day, pretty much quite a few hours out of the day,
Mm-hmm.
did Aaron actually want that Black Album to be released on his birthday, or did he ever
No,
mention to you or Mel that he was going to push it up to November?
no, he wasn't planning to release it at any time.
So Katie, I'm sorry, Marie, I asked Morgan and Dan this question and they fucking lost their marbles. It's supposed to be a lighthearted question and you don't aren't and I don't want you to bash anybody,
Sure.
but from your personal opinion in music, who was the best collaboration that Aaron had, like sonically wise, and who was the worst?
That's tough.
I feel like we need the Jeopardy theme song in this one right here, Rico. Like,
Yeah, that's hard.
Can I ask you, the Demon song that Aaron did with Rocky, that was
Mm-hmm.
actually pretty pretty decent. I'm gonna give
Mm-hmm.
that to Rocky.
Yeah.
So if you had to compare that song to lately,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which would you choose?
I'm not gonna lie. I liked them both. Okay. Um, I thought that they were both well done. Um, I would have to go with Rocky because I just like him better as a human. But I did not think that lately was horrible. I'm not gonna lie.
So you liked Rocky's music with Aaron more than you liked Aaron's music with Morgan and Dan? And this is just all
Well,
sonically. It has nothing to do with the people themselves.
I
It's not
mean,
recorded. It's not
I
recorded, Marie, so you can give
I
your honest
don't think
opinion.
I don't think that any of it was Aaron. Okay, so like when you know somebody and you hear their music, you want to hear their true self come through, right?
Absolutely.
So when it comes to the song he did with Rocky, I felt was genuine, obviously, and I thought that the song he did with Chuck was genuine, as much as it pains me to say. Um, but I don't know. I don't. I think that Aaron just. I don't have anything to say. Really, I don't think that there's anything bad I could say about any of his music, honestly, because it's anytime I hear his voice, I just want to cry. Like
No.
that's where I'm at.
Aaron was a musical genius.
Mm-hmm. It's just it's
Honestly,
hard. I can't listen to his music. I since November I've not been able to listen to any of it. So it
he's
just makes me sick.
such a huge talent in so many ways.
I
Honestly,
mean, did you guys hear any of the Blacklist songs by chance? I don't know if you have.
I've heard stuff.
Did you guys hear the song that he did? What was the song by Jim Croce? Time in a Bottle.
I did not. Did anybody else up here? Or you could put a thumbs up in the.
Uh,
That was literally, and that's part of the Blacklist. That I have all these songs for myself, but they're not released. That song is something that I will cherish forever because his voice on that is just unbelievably beautiful.
I don't doubt it for a minute. He had a beautiful voice and such a stage presence.
Hmm.
Really a musical genius in so many ways.
Yeah. Yep.
Rico?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just yeah. Anybody else have anything? Because originally, Melanie and Marie, I didn't expect to have you guys up here to be like grilling you with questions or anything of the sort. So that's why I was kind of asking you why Brian brought you guys up here, because I don't want you guys to feel ambushed or attacked or anything. But I
No,
don't really have like, you know,
no, it's okay. I'm just
um,
listening.
yeah, fucking Dan and Morgan, that really drained the fuck out of me, you guys, and I
So I didn't hear
apologize.
that. I didn't hear the whole beginning of that conversation. So,
Yeah,
um,
like I said, he said he was coming to give some sort of information, and as soon as he got up there, he started asking me questions about who I am and just I don't
mhm.
know. I really don't get the point of this. I feel like the Carterverse in a whole has been quiet for about a week or so, and I don't know why two people who have been very irrelevant to the story are bringing it back up.
Yeah. Hmm.
How did you guys feel when Dan and Morgan were on the conspiracy train with Check the Star and Rocky Luciano and stuff?
I mean, there's still a lot of questions to be answered. Honestly, we still are asking ourselves the same questions. Like, there's things that don't make sense with his death, but we'll know in due time, I guess.
Right, right.
If the toxicology report comes back that he overdosed, will you guys accept those results?
Yeah.
Melanie?
I will. I will. There's some things that I can't really speak because I know we know a little bit information that you guys don't know.
Yeah, well, we will accept whatever's given to
Yeah.
us.
So
But
Okay.
we're not gonna necessarily accept it and be okay with it, but we will accept it.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, if a doctor was over prescribing medications and you're pursuing that, that's one thing. But I'm just asking in general, just based off of not information that you can't provide us, but just based off of this report that will be coming out hopefully soon, will you guys be able to accept this as part of the grief process?
yeah, and I also
We will
yeah
accept anything that's given to
yeah
us. We need answers.
yeah, and like a lot of the times, I was blaming a lot of other people, but there were some things that were given to me that I did explain to you guys why I was stressing on the maid and things like that because I genuinely was lied to by two women, and I sent the girls the screenshots, and I said he's fine.
We were on the phone Friday night.
Yeah.
Well, we won't go into that,
Well,
but anyway.
yeah, we won't go into that, but I mean, I was lied to, and there's little things that don't make sense that, have our minds spinning, and we just don't understand why we were lied to. Or I was lied to and then got that information. So, if that makes sense, Marie, I don't know.
It makes sense to me because we know.
Okay.
But yeah, to everyone else, it may not. Sorry,
It's
very traumatizing.
No, you guys are
Absolutely,
fine.
absolutely.
Jersey, did you have a question?
I just wanted to say hi to Melanie. Like, I think that it's really brave of you to like come on these spaces with everything that's going on, and like this is, I know, has to be like a very traumatic time in your life, and I just want to give my condolence to you. But I just wanted to say like just thank you for sharing your opinion, because I think it matters a lot. Like we all saw Aaron because he streamed his life, but like you knew Aaron, like you knew him in a way that we didn't. And I think that it takes a lot of bravery and courage to come on and talk about kind of your feelings. And that's all I wanted to say to you.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you.
I love that you have a blue butterfly on your picture.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually noticed that. I was just looking for like a cat picture, and then I was like, oh my god, it's like a blue butterfly. I didn't even notice it, and then I was like, oh wow, that's kind of weird.
Aw.
Melanie, I got sent a DM where someone wants to know, what do you believe the toxicology report will say?
I don't
Just in like your gut,
Oh,
not
okay.
based
I'm
off of
not
your
ready for
stuff
that
that
yet.
you know.
I'm not ready for that yet. I'm still grieving, so it's like I'm just not ready to even like accept that yet, Like I might be quite
We honestly don't know. We don't know. We don't even have a clue.
We don't have a clue. Cuz unfortunately I wasn't with him that week, I left Monday night.
Nobody was.
Nobody was with him. We thought he was okay with Betty, and I kept on calling her and I said, "Hey, like what is he doing?" Like I'm upset that she didn't tell me, "Hey, I'm not going to worry about Aaron," and I just thought she was a good person, but to me, it doesn't matter. Like some people will message me and say, "Well, she wasn't getting paid," and things like that. And it's like it's really insensitive, because even if I wasn't getting paid, if I saw issues happening like that, I would have worried about somebody, like even if it was a stranger. I have a bigger heart, and I just feel like I got taken advantage of, and I'm definitely taking it out on her, and I'm upset, but some reason behind that, You guys don't know the messages I was sending that person
Yeah.
and things like that, of that nature, I just feel like it's just a lesson learned that you can't rely on anyone to help you with any situation, It's kind of you have to only trust yourself. That's all.
Sadly, that's true. I
I
totally
wish
agree.
Aaron wasn't that person that I had to experience that with, So it's hard.
Rico?
Sorry, I had to get a drink. Yeah, no, I don't have anything else to add, or any other questions. If you guys still have some questions, or
I am so out of questions at the
We
moment. I
were
think
talking
because
a
I am
lot.
so exhausted. Yeah, it's midnight here, and I have to
All right.
actually go to sleep and get ready for work.
okay, everybody.
Yeah.
I will be uploading tomorrow. I might be going live as well because I can't get all of my thoughts out here. But I appreciate you guys for coming and listening, being involved. Nicholas, I don't know who you
It's a
are.
bot. Don't do it. It's a bot.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Please.
Yeah, I hope Marie. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna bother you guys with any more questions. Like I said, I feel like the Carterverse has been very quiet recently, and I felt like that was good for all of you guys' mental health and personal grieving processes. So
Yeah.
I genuinely didn't, want to bring all of this. I don't want to say unnecessary conversation, but at this point, it's a
Right.
bunch of unnecessary, chatter.
Yeah.
So sorry that Morgan drug you in here and then ran away.
Yeah.
To everyone, I would like to tell you that Morgan apologized to me and said that he's recently had a passing in his
Yes.
circle and that he's
Yeah.
going through a lot right now. He said that doesn't make up for what he said or the way he was speaking to us, but I did want to share that with you guys. He did send me an apology.
Ask
I
him to
told him
make you a song,
sorry.
Rico.
I,
Tell him to make you a song to make up for it.
I don't want one of those shitty
He's not
songs.
a bad guy,
He could
guys.
keep
He's
those
he's
shit.
not.
He's
But
not a bad guy, but he's also not a good one.
he shouldn't have said what he said, for sure.
I
Dan,
agree.
I believe, has a good soul. That's why I said that in the last
Yes.
spaces. Morgan
Yes.
made me say two nice things about Dan and himself. Um, so yeah, maybe to just speak to Morgan about the Blacklisted album and kind of get him and Dan to understand whatever it is that you and Melanie know, because your answers, one, made a lot more sense than Morgan's, but two, it contradicts, what Morgan's saying. And I definitely don't think it's helpful or productive for someone in the music industry and that was somewhat close to Aaron, spreading certain lies or misconceptions.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, you guys, lasting statements. Anything you guys would like to say to Morgan?
I think Morgan has some issues, and I hope he can work through them. I don't hate him, but I just felt everything he said was completely gross and nasty. Especially when I know Rico, you showed respect, I showed respect. So I just hope whatever he's going through in life, he makes it through the other side and he comes out a better person and learns from his mistakes. I think that's the best I can say for Morgan. Dan seemed he was very polite. I wish him the best on his music. I hope that he can continue making music and collaborating with others. I think he has a good head on his shoulder, and I wish him the best, Dan. Just do your thing. Melanie, thanks for coming on here again. I hopefully, me and you can have a conversation in the future. I'm not an evil bitch, I swear. I'm just rough around the edges, but I promise you have a good heart. You can ask anyone on here. But hopefully, me and you can have a conversation away from social media. And I will be happy to reach out to you if you would like, or you can reach out to myself on here or on IG, and hopefully we can have a conversation, and I can definitely offer my life experiences and what I went through personally again, and maybe that can benefit you in the future. I wish you all the best. But obviously, I hope you join us again for spaces, or if you would like to talk, my door's open. And Marie, I think you're badass for what you did on TikTok. I told you that already. You got my hoot woot and a high five. So hopefully we see you back here again too. So thank you both.
Thank you.
Everybody, make sure you go subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss anything. Follow my Twitter. And I love you all. Have a great evening. Sleep well. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Thanks for listening.
Bye guys.